Hello and welcome to a look at Warframe, which is a free-to-play, four-player cooperative third-person shooter by Digital Extremes where you play as a space ninja. And the term space ninja should be enough for you to stop watching this video and continue on. And, download it and play it and have fun. However, since you're still going to be watching this, I hope, I'm going to quickly continue on and show you a few things. First is Arsenal, where you can see that you can select your Warframe, your primary and secondary weapons, your melee weapons, and there's quite a few different weapons and Warframes, and I'll quickly show you a quick look at them, just to give you an idea on what there is. Ooh, there's a next page of this one. Look at that. Next page. Marvellous. And as you see, they've all got levels, and you level them up and you can put in mods which will give you abilities or improve your health or increase weapon damage or firing rate, yada yada yada. And you can increase mods by fusing them together with mods of the same type or with a fusion core, which is a mod that will fuse with anything. And here is the foundry, which I will talk a quick bit on in a moment when we're doing some gameplay. But I just showed you the foundry there, so that you knew what I was talking about when I got round to it. Now I'm looking for a certain one. Oh yeah, exterminate. We'll do an exterminate in the starting system because I want this to be easy for me to look awesome. And now I won't. Anyway, there's like I said, it's a four-player third-person shooter. And when I first heard that, I thought, oh, a horde mode, another horde mode game. Yeah, yes, it is. But you've got more than just defense missions. You've got exterminate, which is kill everyone. You've got spy, rescue, capture, endless defense, mobile defense, and assassinations. And assassinations are where you fight boss mobs, which are normally named enemies that have special abilities or are a lot harder to take down and will drop rarer stuff and even blueprints for Warframes. And this comes into the section about the foundry, and the foundry comes into the money scheme of this free-to-play game. Now, I've heard a lot of people saying that, to actually spend money in this game will charge you, I think a phrase I saw online was, make you pay out the arse for it, which is a lovely turn of phrase, absolutely fantastic. And, I can see what he means. Looking at the Platinum when I first did, I was like, ugh, that's an awful lot, and I need it for an awful lot of stuff. That's a bit restrictive, but that's just at a glance. Because a good majority of the stuff you have to spend platinum on, you can also buy the blueprint of. And then with the blueprint, if you've got the resources, you can go to the foundry and pay to build it. And when I say buy and pay, the blueprint and all of that, I'm talking about credits, not platinum. Credits is the currency which you earn in-game. As you see, I just picked up 23 of it. You get more for finishing missions, don't worry. And the more difficult the mission, the more money you get, the more credits you get. Now, I'm going to quickly explain how you get a Warframe without paying real money, because that is the hardest thing, in my opinion, to really get. And it basically explains the foundry system pretty well, I think. To get a Warframe, you have to buy, with credits from the marketplace, the Warframe blueprint. But then you need to get the helmet, the chassis, and the systems for the Warframe and an Orkin cell. And you get all of those off bosses, basically. Now, the helmet, chassis, I'm going to stop saying that word because I just can't pronounce it, and systems blueprints, you'll find from certain bosses for each Warframe, by which I mean the Warframe Ember, which is the one I'm using, and it's called Ember because I can do stuff like this. Oh, that's so much joy. It's fantastic. Um, or how we'll drop from a different boss than the one for Trinity or Rhino or any of the other Warframes. And once you've got those blueprints, you then end up having to make those, which will take some time if you've got the resources. If not, you have to go and grind the resources for doing missions in a certain area of the solar system, because different areas of the solar system drop different materials. And then once that is finally done, once you've got the materials, you've got the blueprints, you then build the items, and then you can use the Warframe blueprint to make the Warframe. And, you know, just build time alone is 4 days, basically. That doesn't even include the grinding to get the items. So there is a bit of a grind. Not everyone likes a grind, and so if you don't like a grind, there's the money option, which is a bit pricey, but I think it's understandably a bit pricey because you can get almost everything without paying money. And when I say almost everything, what I mean by that is that cosmetic stuff you can't get. Because, you know, like extra dye colours and add-ons for your Sentinel pet, which is the thing floating around my head, you have to pay for. But the weapons, the Warframes, even being able to get the Sentinels, you can get without spending real money. So I think I can understand why why the Platinum is so expensive. Now, is there replayability in the game? Well, yes, there is. If you're doing what I'm doing with a few friends, which is spend the free 50 platinum you get when you set up an account on extra Warframe slots, just go through and get extra Warframes, and I'm getting several different ones. And they do have slightly different roles, like Ember is very much fire and DPS and all manner of goodness. I've got Trinity, which is really much just a kind of healing supportive Warframe. I'm going to go for Frost next, which is a tank type. And the one I chose out of the 3 you get at the start of when you start up a game, you can choose out 1 out of 3 Warframes. And that's, I got Loki, which is very much a stealth and distraction Warframe, which is all manners of good and fun. And it's actually quite good for soloing bosses, I've found. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a quick look at Warframe. I would honestly recommend giving it a download. Seeing the gameplay now should tell you whether or not it's something you'd like to have a go at. And I hope I've enlightened how the free-to-play model is. So, until next time everyone, I'll say bye-bye.